Hi, this is Brett Premack. I'm live on YouTube right now because I want to say something about a new project I'm working on. It's called Ask a Filmmaker. A lot of you know me here on YouTube as the Jazz Video Guy, and I've posted a lot of videos since 2006. I'm approaching 1,700. It's quite there's a lot of work here, and I've enjoyed every minute of it because I love jazz. And I want to do what I can to keep this music from becoming invisible. So I'm the Jazz Video Guy, but now I've got a new project called Ask a Filmmaker. And what I want to do is empower people, musicians, artists, creative people, really just anyone, to use this medium, to use this remarkable medium. When I first started in filmmaking, many years ago, I date myself, back in the late 60s at NYU Film School, it was challenging to make a film. It was expensive, the equipment was heavy, not too many places to show it. That has changed dramatically. I'm shooting this on a smartphone right now, and people are actually making feature films with smartphones. Editing on a computer and then posting to Facebook or YouTube and reaching a pretty large audience. So I started teaching a couple years ago at a local college. Excuse me. Really enjoyed doing that. And I decided, why don't I take it a step further? Why don't I create a place on the web where I can help people, I can empower people? So I've started a blog called Ask a Filmmaker, where I post every other day on all aspects of filmmaking and web video. And want to give people the opportunity to learn some of the basics and to ask questions of the filmmaker. I'm going to be coming here on YouTube once a week to do a little YouTube live. If you have questions, you're going to have to send them to me. Unfortunately, there's no way to get your questions here immediately. Oh, hello. I take that back. This is the first time I've used YouTube Live, so I didn't realize that people could actually respond. This is from, okay, Bavaria. Hello. Yeah. Love to hear where you people are checking in from. So I'll be here every Saturday around 12:30 New York time to thought I'd let you know I made it to the finals in a film. Great. Congratulations. As a filmmaker out there who submitted to a film festival and got accepted. Hello, India. Wow, the international nature of YouTube is just mind-boggling. So, so every week, YouTube Live to answer your questions about filmmaking. Please go to my blog, askafilmmaker.com, where you can get helpful tips and also leave questions. So this is what I'm about now. I'm going to continue to produce jazz videos, but thank you, Mark. I appreciate the kind words. I will say it's not the most lucrative things to do. My favorite jazz artist, that's a difficult question to answer. I love so many. I mean, it depends on who I just listen to. I like Michael Brecker. I like John Coltrane. I like Lee Morgan. I like Kamasi Washington. Incredible artists out there. With my top 10, oh boy, Ben Webster, Coleman Hawkins. I like the classics, and a lot of great new players as well. I played the trumpet when I was a kid, but I never practiced, and I wish that I did. My dad was a professional musician. He hated the music business, and he did not want me to be in the music business, so he never encouraged me. Gordon Goodwin, excellent big band arranger, great music. Best way to make it in the biz? Are you talking about the film biz or the movie biz? Or the music biz? You know, it's a difficult time for musicians to make money. That's difficult. I mean, filmmaking is difficult too. But if you want to do it, you will. There are different ways to make it happen. The thing today is the internet empowers us. what I'm trying to do here is to empower people to use this technology. Uh, I didn't see the new John Coltrane film yet, only because I know so much about John Coltrane. I never met him or saw him in person, but my friends who are musicians, like Sonny Rollins and Jimmy Heath and so many others, have told me about him. And I know Ravi Coltrane, his son, and Coltrane has been part of my life for 50 years. So I just didn't want to see the film. I mean, I'm sure it's good, and I support the filmmakers who did it, but just didn't see it. I mean, I don't see every film. I'm more interested in making films than seeing them at this point. I still haven't seen La La Land, which won a lot of Academy Awards this year. I haven't seen the Lee Morgan film yet. My film, Passing the Torch, the last documentary I did, is now available on Amazon Prime. So if you've got Amazon Prime, you can jump on there and see my film, Passing the Torch, featuring Jimmy Heath. In terms of my favorite old film, I really like the work of Stanley Kubrick and Orson Welles. Orson Welles films like Citizen Kane and Touch of Evil, I continue to watch over and over again. And Stanley Kubrick's work, Stanley Kubrick's body of work, from Dr. Strangelove, 2001, Paths of Glory, just fantastic. But my favorite film, well, the film that I watch the most is probably The Godfather. When The Godfather's on cable TV, even though it's cut up by commercials, I cannot turn it off. I am just absolutely fascinated by that film. I've got a book that came out last year, Francis Ford Coppola's Notebook, where he really details the film. And I found that to be a really good source of, great way to learn about the film. I mean, I could teach a course in The Godfather. My favorite new film, well, I like the documentary I Am Not a Negro. I know about Born to Be Blue with, I think it's Evan McGregor's in that. I haven't seen that one yet. I've got a hard drive full of films to watch, and also a Amazon Prime subscription, Netflix subscription. Just don't have time to watch everything I would like. As I said, I'm more engaged, I'm more involved in making films at this point than watching them. One of the things about being alive today is you have access to unlimited content. I mean, when I was a kid many years ago, in the 60s, we had, 2 or 3 local stations, and you go to a couple of movie theaters, that was it. Now, I can get online and see just about any movie from the past or the present. Sometimes it's overwhelming. I have so many things. Sometimes you say, well, what should I watch? It's just, but it's good to have those options. And it's also good to be able to study the masters. I think that's really important to look back. Who do I think are the new innovators in jazz today? I don't know about innovators. I like what Kamasi Washington is doing a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a musical innovator, but what he's doing in terms of being able to reach a larger audience. I'll get to your question about free streaming sites in a second. But this ability of Kamasi Washington, because he played with some hip-hop groups, he played with Kendrick Lamar and Snoop, and so people knew him from that. But this idea that he can play to an audience of people who really don't know anything about jazz, there's an excitement to his music. It's usually not the kind of thing where people sit down in a seat. People are standing up. It's kind of an exciting group experience. And I think that's very important, because the idea of going to a jazz club and sitting down and having a drink is fun, but it's kind of the past in a way. We need to find new ways to reach an audience. That's very, very important. I really like what Spike Wilner is doing with Smalls. The idea of putting a webcam in Smalls and broadcasting live every night has really, he created a community now with a second place called Mesro. Got a fantastic community, and people know about it from all over the world just by watching the nightly broadcasts. And for those of us who aren't in New York and want to hear the music, being able to stream it is wonderful. Now there was a question about free streaming. The idea that people can get access to things. For example, on YouTube. I mean, there are a lot of films on there. YouTube has fought an ongoing battle regarding copyrights for many years. I've had copyright issues with YouTube, but nevertheless, people still continue to post movies, classic films, and the filmmakers, the producers, don't get paid for them. It's the same thing with music. You can find just about any music on YouTube. You don't have to buy it. So we're in a situation that people can access content and they don't pay for it. And artists, musicians, filmmakers have a hard time making a living. I mean, on one side, for the viewer, having access to a lot of free content is fantastic. But it puts us in the acceptable mode of, well, why should I pay for it? I can get it for free. Maybe I'll go out and I'll support the artist, or maybe once in a while I'll actually go to a theater and put down some movie and actually see a film. But it's become very, very hard, very, very difficult for people to make a living as an artist. And I don't know the answer to that. I myself love to sit in front of my computer and watch movies on YouTube. Just fantastic, and listen to music. I still purchase music. I still go out and pay for movies. I've got a Netflix subscription, Amazon Prime, so I'm paying for my content. So I don't have the answer to the question about what about streaming sites? Are they hurting us? Are they helping us? I think we have to find new ways to deal with that, new ways to engage audiences so that they support artists, they support musicians, they support filmmakers. I personally think that we're going to come upon a time, it's not going to happen soon, probably 10, 15 years maybe, 20 at the outside, when video, film, TV, video games, and virtual reality are going to merge. There's going to be a new medium, a very interactive medium where I don't know what the delivery system is going to be. I don't think it's going to be things on your head. It has to happen outside the head. But we're going to sit and we're going to watch things and we're going to feel like we're there. And I think that that's going to bring about new forms of entertainment. It's going to be really exciting. If we look at silent films, when silent films came out at the turn of the last century, they were fantastic. There'd never been anything like that. Excuse me. People flocked to silent films. And then came talkies. And all of a sudden, nobody wanted to see silent films anymore. And then, I don't live in New York City, so I don't get to go to New York City concerts. I live in the Sonoran Desert. But as technologies change, the old ones kind of go away. So silent films, people start watching them. Black and white films, people stop watching them. Some technology didn't catch on. When I was young, there was something called Cinerama, where you would have 3 screens merged together. So you would have a very wide view. Interesting. I saw 2001 like that when it first came out. But it never really caught on. 3D has yet to really jump off. And perhaps because the delivery system isn't that good. You still have to wear those glasses or something. And for 4K, 4K video is unbelievable, but you can't get it on regular TV. How can jazz become more popular? By reaching out to greater groups of people, by going beyond the traditional audience. And as I said before, I think Kamasi Washington is a good example of that. I know for a fact, because I've seen this happen many, many times, that people who say they don't like jazz and they never heard it, if they are in the right situation and they hear it live, it touches them and they start to listen to it. And that's what we have to do. We have to set up situations where people who don't know anything about it have access to it. So that's it for today's edition of Ask a Filmmaker here on YouTube Live. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your encouragements of my work. And I'll be back again next Saturday. Please send me your questions about filmmaking and web video, and also jazz, since this is my jazz channel. And I look forward to doing this again. Thank you so much. Bye bye.